hesitancy and uptake, particularly among ethnic minorities and social care workers. Currently, there isn't publicly available NHS data detailing how many people have turned down their offer of a vaccine. Would the government be open to publishing more detailed information on vaccine uptake, and what specific steps has the government taken to address issues relating to vaccine hesitancy and the spreading of disinformation, particularly among minority groups? And lastly, Prime Minister, you said this morning that the government wouldn't be keen on using vaccine passports within facilities such as pubs. But how does the government intend to prevent companies from mandating that all employees, all customers, have to have some form of proof of vaccination before being able to use their services?
Thank you. So Jasmine, you're completely right. There is a real concern about the hesitancy on the part of some Black and South Asian communities to accept the vaccine offer that they're receiving either at work, if they're a health and social care worker, or as a member of the public. What is happening about that is that there is a huge effort involving community leaders, faith leaders, the way in which the NHS itself is managing the vaccine programme to overcome that. And although the start was slower in terms of the uptake in some of those communities, I think we are now seeing meaningful progress. For example, in Hackney this past weekend, we were vaccinating at a mosque and also at an Orthodox Jewish site after Shabbat had finished vaccinating up until midnight. I was with one of the lead imams this morning in Oxford, who'd arranged for a Zoom with one of the top sheikhs in the world to help explain why vaccines are safe as well as why they work. So I think this will build momentum, and let's face it, part of what we're up against is a dual epidemic. We're up against the epidemic, the pandemic of COVID, and we're up against the pandemic of disinformation and the deliberately sowing of mistrust. And we've got to fight both with equal vigour. On your data point, by the way, we do publish weekly the uptake by different ethnic groups, and at a local area, we share with local directors of public health the uptake in a very granular way while protecting people's medical confidentiality. We're certainly going to continue publishing more and more data as we have it, while nevertheless, as I say, protecting individuals' and families' own confidentiality. Well, yes.
This is absolutely essential, and I think just to repeat in a sense something which Simon said, many people may not take it up immediately, but will take it up. So it's not a matter of refusal, it's a matter of thinking about it and then actually moving on to do so. All of us think this is critical to support people to make sure we combat misinformation. In fact, the next meeting this evening after this one is with leaders of the medical profession from lots of different ethnic groups to share experiences and share how we can work out how to make sure that people are getting absolutely accurate information that makes clear that the risks of the vaccine are massively lower than the risks of getting this infection, and the vaccine will protect from this infection, and in the long run that is the way we actually need to combat this disease, is by the much safer route of vaccination rather than the very significant risks that go with this infection for many people.
And Jasmine, on your very good question about vaccine passports, which obviously a lot of people are talking about now around the world and in this country, some countries clearly are going to be wanting to insist that people coming to their country have evidence of a vaccination, just as people have insisted, I think, in the past that you have evidence that you're vaccinated against yellow fever or other diseases. I think for purposes of this country and doing things within the domestic UK economy, I think what we'll look at everything, but what we're thinking of at the moment is more of a route that relies on mass vaccination, and as you know, we intend to vaccinate all the adults in the country by the autumn. Plus lateral flow testing, or testing, rapid testing for those bits where it is that have been the toughest nuts to crack, as it were, such as nightclubs or theatres, those parts of the economy we couldn't get open last year. And I think that will be the route that we go down, and that businesses will go down. And you're already, Jasmine, seeing lots of businesses using the potential of rapid on-the-day testing as well. I think that in combination with vaccination will probably be the route forward. Though I want to stress to everybody, it is still early days. There's lots of discussions still to be had. Can we go to Dominic Gateman of Metro?
Thank you, Prime Minister. Those in hotel quarantine will be tested on days 2 and 8